We're going to talk more now about the public inquiry that's starting today into the contaminated blood scandal, an inquiry won by tireless campaigning by victims and those who lost family members as a result. Well, one person behind that campaign is Lauren Palmer, whose father Stephen died back in 1993. He was infected with both hepatitis C and HIV. And as a result of those diseases, his wife, Lauren's mother Barbara, also died that year. Lauren, thank you very much for speaking to us this morning. What do you want to see come out of this inquiry?
I think for myself and everyone involved, it's really a case of getting to the bottom of the answers, finding out the truth, and having some closure to what the terrible circumstances that occurred.
Explain to us what happened to your dad, Stephen, because presumably, like so many caught up in this scandal, he went into hospital for a routine procedure.
Yeah, well, my father had a blood condition called Hemophilia, so he was given daily treatment by, it's called factor VIII products, so it's treatment that's pulled from blood plasma. So it wasn't so much that he went into hospital, it was continual treatment that he was given that was infected with both HIV and hepatitis C. And then, unfortunately, also passed the infections on to my mother as well. And as a result, they both passed away when I was 9 years old.
You lost both parents in the same year at the age of 9. I mean,
yes, within
I can't even imagine
8 days of one another. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I can't even imagine what you must have been going through then, what you are going through now. I mean, what's life been like for you? Because obviously there are victims in this, direct victims like your mother and father, and then there are the generations left behind who are feeling the effects of this.
Yes, it's had a huge rippling effect on everyone involved. Not only are people dying and still dying from this, but you've got the families that are piecing everything or trying to piece their lives back together. You've got the next generation of the children as well, and it's just the magnitude of this has affected thousands of people, and we need answers.
You talk about uncovering the truth, getting some kind of closure as well. You know, you read a lot of reports and it's saying that this opens the door to compensation. Is that something you're interested in as well?
So I'm going to be honest, that's not really at the forefront of my mind. It really is, I mean, that's going to be a bonus if there's no talk of compensation. I don't know if there will be compensation, but ultimately what I want to find out is how this tragedy even occurred. And I want to know why this happened for not only me, but for all the other people out there that have lost their lives and their families have been destroyed by this. And everyone's picking up the pieces still to this day and having to try and live with this and try and make it public as well. There's still so many people out there that don't know what happened.
Yeah, and you could be in this for the long haul because there is some suggestion this inquiry could last for more than 2 years.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what's happening today, because obviously the inquiry does start, but there will be a commemoration today as well.
There will be, yes, which is probably going to be quite emotional. But yeah, it's finally underway. It's a relief. I'm really happy that the inquiry is now beginning today. I mean, it's been over a year since it was first initially announced. So we've been waiting for this day. And we're extremely happy to have Sir Brian Langstaff as the judge. I think we're all just literally we're just happy for this day that's actually finally come.
And personally, Lauren, how will you be remembering your dad, Stephen, and your mum, Barbara, today?
I think it's nice to know that actually they're being remembered, because everyone that's died. We've been silenced by this, and they've all been forgotten about, and there's the real truth as to how they actually died has been covered up. So it's nice. For me, it's quite nice that actually I can openly talk about this now, not be judged as much. Obviously, as back when my parents died, it was extremely stigmatized. So it's a real step forward, and yeah, it's going to be an emotional day, I think.
Well, Lauren, ahead of that, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us here on Sunrise this morning. We really appreciate it, remembering your dad, Stephen, and your mum, Barbara, today, sadly caught up in the infected blood scandal. That inquiry starting today.